Hi everyone, it's Misty from the Joyful Elf. Welcome back to a Thursday video. This is Thursday, April 16th. I think it's the 16th, VEDA day 16. So yesterday you watched a Watch Me Wednesday video, and I normally color on those days. So today I thought that would be a great segue into talking about different color mediums that I use and that I enjoy. So I just want to walk you through a few of them that I have and the tools that I use to work with them. So you guys know that I have Spectrum Noir alcohol markers, and this is the old style. This is a new style. So the difference is the new style is like a hexagon, a pentagon, hexagon, I think, and the old was more square. So the reason why I love Spectrum Noir, let me just talk about why I love Spectrum Noir. The first is you can get these for a very reasonable price. You can actually buy these from Joann's. I would suggest joanns.com. And they put them on sale for 50% off, so it makes them like $7. And a lot of times they either offer free shipping or they offer an extra 20% off. So you end up getting, I think 6 or 7 markers come in a set, a color set, for $7. You're paying $1 a marker. I think they work very well. I think there's not a huge amount, you know, I think there's 168 colors. That could be wrong. But there's over 100 colors. There's not quite as many as Copics, but at the same time, are you really going to use all those colors? And if you're new to something, like when I'm new to something, I tend to not want to invest a whole lot of money until I'm sure that this is something that I want to do all the time. So I invested in these Spectrum Noirs probably almost 2 years ago, maybe not even quite that long. And I love them, and I have one more set to get, and I'll have every single marker, and then I may start either investing in the new style markers or just investing in reinkers. I haven't quite decided. But I love these markers. I think they're great. I don't own any Copics, so I can't tell you how comparable they are, but to me they are very similar, and you can still get a lot of blending, etc. with them. So love my Spectrum Noir. The next marker sets I want to talk about are the ones from Stampin' Up. This is from the Mini Marvelous Markers. It's the entire set. If you have the money, I would suggest that you sometime invest in it, because these are very great for multi-purpose. They have a brush, they have a fine tip, and then they have a brush tip. The brush tip is great for watercoloring, for regular coloring, for just all sorts of things. And this fine tip, I love to use this marker to write letters to people or to sign things or those kinds of things. I think they're perfect for that. And the colors, I mean, you get every color except for the end colors. So that's what? Except for white, you don't get a white marker. That's like 40 colors. You get 40 markers, and at least, don't quote me. But so yeah, I think they're great, and I love them. They you know, if you're gonna color an image and you're not worried about doing a whole lot of blending, those kinds of things, you can still blend with these. As you see, like these 3 colors would blend really well together. I think they're fantastic, a great investment. You can buy 1 marker at a time. You can buy the Mini Marvelous Markers pack. You can buy them as a color family, and whatever you want to, but I think they're perfect. And I think they write well in planers. So there is some shadowing like you would see with a flare, but they don't bleed through. So perfect for that. So let me put them back. So the next kind of coloring medium I want to talk about are these Inktense pencils. Now, I told you, I just mentioned with those Spectrum Noir, there's a huge pack of these. You can get a whole lot of colors, and I didn't want to do that because I didn't know, number 1, if I would like them, and number 2, if I would use them, and I love these. I don't use them very often. I don't watercolor very often, but I love this set. This is a 24-piece set. And I asked for this for Christmas last year, and my husband bought them for me. So, and I absolutely love them. And if I get into where I watercolor more, I may invest in a bigger set, but I really like these. And what I love about Inktense pencils are two things. Number one, they're very vibrant. Like, it's not like a lot of watercolor pencils where they get very muted. These stay really vibrant. And number two, they're permanent when they dry. I love that about these pencils, that they're permanent when they dry. So if you color something and you want to add, add color on top of it, you're not going to have an issue with it mudding up or whatever, because they dry. You just have to make sure it's dry. So this is a great starter set. You get a lot of great neutrals. You get a couple of each color. I think these are perfect. So these are the Inktense. I love them. Love, 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 love them. I love a lot of things. Hello, I'm a crafter. That's what we do. So the next ones I'm going to talk about are twinkling H2Os. If you've never heard of these, oh my goodness. Let me zoom in a little bit so I can show you. Now that we have our desk cleaned off. I picked these up from somebody on Etsy, and I know that you can pick them up other places. But look at these colors. Can you see those colors? Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. So pretty. I did a watercolor background with these, making a sunset, and it turned out fantastic. So what these are little paint pots. So it looks like that. Let me see if I have a new one that hasn't had any water on it. Yeah, this one, it still looks about the same. So what you do is you fill up, you add some water, and you let it sit. And the longer you can let it sit, the better, the more intense your color will be. And then you use any kind of aqua painter, or any kind of, I just picked these up at Michael's and used a coupon watercolor brush, and you can create the most gorgeous things. And these they shimmer. And the shimmer is so very pretty. And I'm going to use these on a Watch Me Wednesday at some point. The problem is you can't use these if you're doing for Operation Right Home, because the shimmer will run off. But we could use these on a Festive Friday card. Heck, we can just make a card for the heck of it. And it's just the shimmer is so pretty. I made a card set for a friend of mine, and she just loved how shimmery it was. So pretty. So these are twinkling H2Os. Absolutely love them. The paper fell out. I'll replace it later. So one of the last coloring mediums I'm going to talk about is distressed inks. Now, I don't have very many distressed inks, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't go hog wild and purchase all of the big ones, because now he's coming out with all these mini ones, and I think those are fantastic. I think they're a great deal, and I think it's easier for storage. And if you're like me and you use them every once in a while, it's not something you grab for all the time, I think they're going to be absolutely perfect. So they've also come out with this new round blending tool. I was having a hard time with the square one, because I was finding that I was getting a lot of square marks no matter where I started from, how much pressure, etc. So this is Vintage Photo, and I have most of the blues. That's really what I invested in, and a couple of the greens. But the way I store my pad is I've placed a dotted Velcro on the bottom, and then you just stick this, and then it stays. Now, I've heard, like I said, I don't have any of them, but I've heard the small one, you can just slip this inside and you don't even need the Velcro. And last but not least, it's a finger dauber and a Stampin' Up! Pad, or any kind of ink pad, really. You can get great results with this. You can watercolor with your ink pad. You just, you can either paint it onto a block with like just pat it onto a block, or you can squeeze it and get ink on the top, and you can watercolor with this. You can color it with your finger dauber and color around. You guys have seen me do this in at least one video. So, and if you have all the Stampin' Up! Ink, then you have 50 colors that you can color with, and they're absolutely gorgeous and vibrant and beautiful. So there's those. So finally, some tools for the trade. Like I mentioned, I picked this up. This is 2 different sets. I picked these up at Michael's, and I used a coupon. I'm not an artist. You guys, if If you've watched any of my videos, you've probably figured that out. I am not an artist. Like so I didn't feel like I needed to invest in really expensive artists brushes when these work really great for me. They really, really do. So I got the purple ones because you guys know I like purple. Plus I kind of like the grip, the handle on this. I just feel like I get more control. This one I've used, I actually use this to create a sunset background using those twinkling H2Os. So I think this is really, really great. I have these little containers from IKEA and they have the holes on the back. They're meant to go over a rail, but I've I had my husband drill some screws into the end of my Expedit, and these sit in my on my Expedit, and I can reach for them when I need them. And last but certainly not least, paper. I know, like, if you watch Christina and Sandy and stuff, they have like artist grade watercolor paper, and I think that's great if you can afford it. But I picked up these distressed watercolor cardstock from Joann's. Again, they always have sales online. They're slow to ship, so don't order expecting it like within the week. That's not going to happen, but they normally have something on sale. You get a coupon, you know, it really turns out to be a really great deal. And they carry some of this stuff now, and they carry, like, they started carrying Echo Park, they carry Cartabella, so a lot of stuff, you know, just look on Joann's.com. What I love about this watercolor paper, it's already sized to a standard size card front, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and there's 2 sides. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up on screen, but there is a smooth side, which is this side, it's smooth. And then this side, yeah, you can definitely see that texture. So this is textured and this is smooth. So, you know, this is the side I normally use because the texture just kind of throws me off. Because again, I'm not an artist, I'm just a crafter who likes to color and paint sometimes. So I really love this. If you watch the video with the indescribable gift where I made the flowers, I used this Tim Holtz paper and it turned out fantastic. Absolutely loved it. So, and then I also have a clipboard. You guys haven't seen me use this on video, but you can see there has some paint splatters on it, some shimmer. I use some painter's tape, the blue painter's tape from is it Scott? Scotch. Scott is fertilizer. Whatever. So I just tape down my piece of watercolor paper and, you know, leave as short as border as I need to, and then I will paint over it and then let it dry and then take it off. That helps, especially if you're making card bases or anything, to keep it flat so it doesn't have a tendency to roll. So yeah, that's it. I hope you have been enjoying these videos. I wanted to share some of this kind of stuff too, instead of just making cards all the time. So hopefully this was helpful. Like I said, twinkling H2Os are the bomb. If you don't have any of them, I really suggest them. And you can get like these little, these are the little, like it's almost like a sampler pack. They're kind of little, and there's 6 colors. I found these on Etsy, but I'm sure you can find some. Give them a try. Like I said, you just fill them with water. Maybe I'll do a card with these next week. I think I will. You just fill them with water and paint away, and the shimmer is fantastic. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget, a word will pop up. Make sure you keep track of that. Everything I can link to will be in the description box below. I will see where I can find some twinkling H2Os, and I will put that in the supplies list. And don't forget, you can follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter at The Jolly Fat Elf. Thank you for everyone who's liking and subscribing and commenting. Your comments are amazing and they really mean a lot to me. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, or if you have any requests, what you want to see me color or what you want to see me do, leave it in the comments below. I'll see you soon. Love you. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.